Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is RJ and today we are going to be picking my May TBR with TBR JAR prompts. I forgot the name. Main female character has to bond with wolves. This is going like phenomenally. Phenomenally. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that. May is going to be the best reading month. I just can predict it. Which one should I choose? Should I do Inky Pinky Ponky? I'm so excited. This is probably my favorite video to film ever. It is so easy to edit and I just love watching it. So we are going to be picking my May TBR with my TBR jar prompts. I have a list of books that I could add to my May TBR. Here we are not going to be talking about it right now. We'll just see how the prompts go and stuff like that. I'll probably pick like 5 to 6 prompts. I don't know. We'll see whatever my mood wants me to do. The first book on my May TBR is going to be The Poisoned Daughter by Sheila Masterson because it is my book club's book of the month for May and it is my favorite book club. It is always linked down below. It is free for everyone. There are like chapter discussions for every chapter in the book and we can talk about it and yap about it. So join if you love yapping about books and talking about books and stuff like that. So I've heard that The Poisoned Daughter is a standalone. It is a fantasy standalone and it is really good. So let me tell you the plot of that book. I know practically nothing about it, okay? Oh my god, it has a 4.44 star average rating on Goodreads. That is amazing, okay? So, to err is human, to avenge is divine. Every person Harlow Karen well kisses dies immediately, and that's the way she likes it. What? The poison-lipped youngest daughter of Luna Mead's magical founding family has used her power to annihilate their opposition. Her first husband is in the ground, her new betrothed is next. But the merry widow has a secret. When she is not acting as an assassin at her parents' whims, she moonlights as a vigilante for abused women in their walled off city. I love that. Meet a man, lure him in, kill him, until one night Harlow kisses a mark and he doesn't die. Worse, her invincible partner in passion is her new betrothed, Henry Havenwood, and now he knows about her double life. Instead of selling her out and bringing the rival families to blows, he does something much more sinister, whisks her away to wed in his wild mountain fort. Harlow doesn't trust Henry, but the only way to protect her family and the city of Luna Mead is to figure out what his family is planning. Cursed with a husband she can't kill and trapped in a fort miles of vampire-infested woods from home, Harlow's survival requires her to do the impossible. Make the man who knows she's a killer fall in love with her anyway. The Poisoned Daughter is a standalone fantasy that combines the vigilante justice for abusive men of promising young women with a romantasy and a dash of vampires. So I'm really excited to read this. I did not know that the plot of this book was this. So it's really fun and yeah, let's get started with picking the actual prompts and picking my TBR, okay? Now let's pick the second book. I added so many new prompts this time around. Many are for specific books, but we'll see if I get them. Okay, so the first prompt I got was a new release and there are two new releases which I have in mind. The first is Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen and the second is Broken Dove by Danny Francis. The first book in the Broken Dove series, I think, is called Silver Elite, which was a 4.5 star for me, almost a 5-star read. I loved it. It was so fun and fast paced. And the first book, Fury Bound trilogy, actually it's the Wolves of Ruin. The first book in the Wolves of Ruin trilogy is Dire Bound and the sequel is Fury Bound. I like Dire Bound. I kind of predicted the ending, but it still shocked me. I kind of want to continue. I'm not sure, but people say that the second book is way better. So I don't know what I want to do. Let me just see which has the shorter number of pages or something like that. Okay, so Broken Dove by Danny Francis releases on the 12th of May and it has 608 pages. And Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen also has 608 pages and its average Goodreads star rating is 4.63. For Broken Dove, it is 4.40. So, I think the book we are going to be adding to my my May TBR is going to be Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen. Let me read you the plot of Dire Bound because I won't be able to tell you the plot of Fury Bound because, of course, spoilers. One thing I loved about Dire Bound was that it has like wolves in it. The main female character has to bond with wolves. I loved that, okay? So, let me tell you the plot of Dire Bound. Oh, I actually rated Dire Bound 4 stars. I thought I rated it 3 stars. I don't know why I thought that. Okay, so Fourth Wing meets the Hunger Games in this page turning romantasy where humans and direwolves forge unbreakable bonds and fight for survival at all costs. Marin Cooper has always hated the bonded elite warriors who form mental links with the massive vicious dire wolves they ride. While they live in luxury, Marin struggles to keep her family out of poverty when her little sister, Saila, is kidnapped, stolen across the border by the immortal monsters her country has spent centuries fighting. Marin's world falls apart. 1 second. Desperate to cross the front and save her sister, Marin enlists in the army and is thrown into the deadly bonding trials where any mistakes will cost her life. Now Marin must survive 4 months of training at the castle. She is bound to a feral dire wolf who refuses to communicate. The other trainees would love to spill her common blood, and her cold and beautiful instructor, Stark Therion, is eager to punish any weakness. Everything is a competition and everyone is out to get her. Everyone except the dangerously known crown prince whose attention adds another target to her back. In the castle, every smile hides a knife and the halls hide dark secrets. So this takes place in kind of like an academy setting, which I always eat up. So the second book on my May TBR is going to be Dire Bound. Nope, not Dire Bound. It is going to be Fury Bound. I get mixed up with the names, I don't know why. Okay, so let me write it down real quick. Okay, now let's pick the second prompt. So this says previous book club poll option. So I know which book I'm going to be picking. Okay, so first let me tell you the options, okay? So for the May book of the month, there were like 4 options. The options were The Second Death of Locke, The Poisoned Daughter, The Jasad Heir, and The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. And I think I'm going to be picking The Jasad Heir by Sarah Hashem because it is a duology and it has been on the forefront of my mind. I really want to read it. And let me tell you the plot of that. As I told you, we picked The Poisoned Daughter, but I wanted to read The Jasad Heir. I get to add it to my TBR now, so that's all that matters. And the cover of The Jasad Heir is really pretty too. It is kind of like an Egyptian mythology and stuff like that. 10 years ago, the kingdom of Jasad burned, its magic outlawed, its royal family murdered down to the last child. At least that's what Sylvia wants people to believe. The lost heir of Jasad. Sylvia never wants to be found. She can't think about how Nizahal's armies laid waste to her kingdom and continue to hunt its people, not if she wants to stay alive. But when Aaron the Nizal heir tracks a group of Jasadi rebels to her village, staying one step ahead of death gets trickier. In a moment of anger, Sylvia's magic is exposed, capturing Aaron's attention. Now, to save her life, Sylvia will have to make a deal with her greatest enemy. If she helps him lure the rebels, she'll escape persecution. A deadly game begins. Sylvia can't let Aaron discover her identity, even as hatred shifts into something more. Now, Sylvia will have to choose between the life she wants and the life she left behind. The Scorched Kingdom is rising and it needs a queen. Oh my god, does not that sound amazing? So, the third book on my May TBR is going to be The Jasad Heir. I'm really excited for this. This is going like phenomenally. Phenomenally. Okay, I don't know how to pronounce that, sorry. Okay, now let's pick the third prompt. Everyone flew out. Okay. Hopefully it's a good one, but we'll see. Yes, it's a good one. Type 5-star book into YouTube or Insta and pick any one of them. So I'm going to be trying both of them, and whichever is on my TBR will be the one we pick, okay? So let me first start my screen recording, okay? Okay. Let me search 5-star. Oh, I forgot one thing. I can't search 5-star on my browser of Instagram. It just shows accounts. So what I'm going to be doing is I'll just scroll and see which first 5-star I get. Okay, this is Febby's. Oh, oh. I know what I'm going to be picking, okay? Okay, this is one of the options. I'm not going to be picking this. Actually, it is an option. But the first post on my feed, as you guys saw, was Romanticy Hazes, which is like Febby. And she had some end papers of Bloodbound by Elise Hunter. It is actually a 6-star read for her, so it surpasses the 5-star thingy. So that is one option. Then let's search YouTube. Bailey, okay, I love her. The Blood of Hercules was also a 5-star read for me. It's actually got tier. So, one of the other option is Our Infinite Fates by Laura Steven. I read Silver Cloak by her and I loved it. But I think I'm gonna be going with Bloodbound by Elise Hunter because it is a new release. It comes out on April 28th and I've heard nothing but amazing things about it. So, the fourth book, I think? Yeah, the fourth book on my May TBR is going to be Bloodbound. Okay, so the plot of Bloodbound is that I think it's a series. I don't want to start a new series, but whatever, I've heard great things. Okay, a debut high stakes fantasy trilogy set against a once in a generation duel to the death between rival witches, dragon riders as they battle to control the source of all magic in their kingdoms. Perfect for fans of Fourth Wing, Throne of Glass, and Quicksilver. You duel or you die. Astrid has always known she is destined to die. She is the last Natchstern witch and heir to the kingdom of Arturia, cursed by the centuries old covenant to duel the heir of the kingdom of Vathra for the source of all magic, the heart. And now Astrid's time is almost up. She is heading into enemy territory to face Prince Zrine, the most powerful dragon rider in eons, with only her familiar, her potions, and her wits to aid her. She is going to die, and any chance her queendom has of curing the blight that's ravaging the lands and killing her people will die with her. Meanwhile, deep in country, Skylar and her traveling troupe arrive in Vatra's capital ready to profit of the legions of spectators swarming to the city ahead of the duel. She despises the royals and all they stand for, especially as the king's guard murdered her own mother. But when her best friend disappears, suspected to have taken in the conscription, her search takes her closer to the royals than she ever could have imagined. As the duel looms over the kingdom, Skylar and Astrid's fates intertwine. They must battle a growing rebellion, their inner demons, and ultimately those who they love most to determine if together they will save or doom their world. Okay? Does not that sound so good? Oh my god, I am having so many good books on my TBR. May is going to be the best reading month. I just can predict it. I don't want to jinx it though. The fourth book on my May TBR is Bloodbound. Let's pick the fourth prompt for my May TBR. Hopefully none of them fall out. Oh, okay, none of them fell out. Okay. So, this says free pick. I can choose any book I want. And I think I know what I'm gonna pick. Okay. So the book I'm going to be picking is Broken Dove by Danny Francis. Let me tell you the plot of Silver Elite by her, which is the first book in the series. I won't tell you the plot of Broken Dove because, of course, spoilers. So let me read it. Okay, psychic gifts are a death sentence and there are rules to survival. Trust no one, lie to everyone, and whatever you do, don't fall for your greatest enemy. Trust no one. Vren Darlington has spent her whole life in hiding, honing her psychic skills and aiding the rebel uprising in small ways. On the continent, being modified means certain death, and Vren is one of the most powerful mods in existence. When one careless mistake places her in the hands of the enemy, she is forced to join the Silver Block, their most elite training program. She is finally handed the most perfect opportunity to strike a devastating blow from the inside of their ranks. Lie to everyone, but training for Silver Block can be deadly, especially when you are harboring a dangerous secret and living in close quarters with everyone who wants you dead. And whatever you do, don't fall for your greatest enemy. As the stakes grow higher, Vren must prove herself, but that's easier said than done when your commanding officer is the ruthless and infuriatingly handsome Cross Redden, who doesn't miss anything when it comes to her. And as war rages between mods like her and those who aim to destroy them, Vren must decide just how far she's willing to go to protect herself and how much of the continent is worth saving. So, I'm really excited for this. I have high expectations for this. Probably it could be a 5 star. So yeah, the fifth book on my May TBR is going to be Broken Dove by Danny Francis. Should I pick 6 books? Yeah, I should now. Okay, let's pick the fifth prompt for my May TBR. So this one says, what? I don't think this makes sense. Book I am in a mood to eat? What? We are gonna skip that because I don't know why I wrote that. I have no idea what it means. Whatever. Some of these prompts are from like 4-5 months ago, so I have no idea what's in them. Oh my god. Yep. Book with banter to cut glass, which could probably mean that I could pick a fantasy book because the banter in fantasy books top notch, and I have an inkling of what I want to pick. But let's see. So one of the options is Nightshade by Autumn Woods and the other is Throne of Broken Gods by Amber V. Nicole. It is the second book in a 7-book series, and Nightshade is going to be a duology or a trilogy, I don't know. I think it's a duology. And the second book in the Nightshade duology comes out in, let me see. It comes out in July. So we could pick that for our July TBR. We could pick Graceless Heart by Isabel Ibanez. Rights of the Starling. Let's see. Oh, I thought Graceless Heart was a standalone. It is actually the first book in a quartet. So we won't be reading that. Another option, as I said, Rights of the Starling. Then okay, I think I'm going to be picking Rights of the Starling by Devney Perry, because I could continue the series I'm in the middle of, and I want to narrow down all of the series I'm in the middle of to like none, zero, nada. So I'll tell you the plot of Shield of Sparrows, not Rights of the Starling, because again, spoilers. Okay, so I rated Shield of Sparrows 3 stars because it was highly predictable, but I liked it, okay? The gods sent monsters to the 5 kingdoms to remind mortals that they must kneel. I've spent my life kneeling to their will and to my father's. As a princess, my only duty is to wear the crown and obey the king. I was never meant to rule, never meant to fight, and I was never supposed to be the daughter who sealed an ancient treaty with her own blood. But that changed the fateful day I stepped into my father's throne room, the day a legendary monster hunter sailed to our shores. The day a prince ruined my life. Now I am crossing treacherous lands beside a warrior who despises me as much as I despise him, bound to a future I did not choose, and a husband I barely know. Everyone wants me to be something I'm not, a queen, a spy, a sacrifice. But what if I refused the role chosen for me? What if I made my own rules? What if there's power in being underestimated? And what if, for the first time, I reached for it? Shield of Sparrows was like good. It was okay-ish for me, but people say that the Rights of the Starling exceeded their expectations, so I'm really excited for that. And the sixth book on my May TBR is The Rights of the Starling. We have our TBR with 6 books. Let me just give you a recap, okay? So the first book on my May TBR is The Poison Daughter, which is for my Fable Book Club's Book of the Month. Okay, then the next prompt I got was a new release, for which I picked Fury Bound by Sable Sorensen. It is actually written by 2 sisters or friends, I think, I'm not sure, but 2 people wrote that book. Then the next I got was previous book club poll option. For that I picked The Jasad Air because I've been itching to read it. Then the next one was type 5-star book into YouTube or Insta and pick. The first thing I saw on Insta was Romantasy Haze's spread for Bloodbound, and it was a 6-star read for her, so Bloodbound for that. A free pick, for which I picked Broken Dove by Danny Francis. Then the last is Book with Banter Sharp Enough to Cut Glass. For that I picked, okay, I'm not sure if I picked Rights of the Starling for Book with Banter Sharp Enough to Cut Glass or a free pick, but I think I picked it for Book with Banter Sharp Enough to Cut Glass. I'm not sure. Whatever it is, you know. So the 6 books: Broken Dove, Fury Bound, The Jasad Air, Poison Daughter, Bloodbound, and Rights of the Starling. So yeah, that's my May TBR. Comment the dove emoji to let me know that you watched till the end of the video. All of the links are down below. My YouTube, you are watching my YouTube, my Instagram, my Goodreads, my Fable Book Club. And yeah, that's all for today's video. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. I love you all so much.